Back to the program, Michelle Brown, and it looks like you brought a couple of crafty type items with you.
What are we doing today with our DIY project?
I did. This is a fun one. These are, I call these pop art portraits.
Pop art.
And they're anybody and everyone can paint a portrait. You know, most people say, oh, I can't paint faces. I can't. Well, this is a very, very simple process.
Okay.
And it's just, it's 4 simple steps.
All right.
So, and minimal supplies and only 2 colors of paint. And
I like it.
All right, so far, I like the minimal aspect of this.
First step.
So, first step is you want to print off a photo of somebody.
She finds the best photos.
What the heck is that?
I know. These are fun. Well, you know what? These are meant to be fun. So, get a fun, really expressive photo. Makes a difference. And you want to print it off to as full screen as possible. So you want a nice big face.
It's about like 8 by 10 or so.
If you have a couple of people, an 8 by 10 is a great starting point for people to actually experiment with. And then you're going to need a glass frame.
Glass frame.
Just a cheapo frame?
So this is a back painting process. And so you're going to be painting on glass. And you can buy these really inexpensive picture frames with the glass inserts at dollar stores. So it's a great, it's inexpensive to start. So $1, and you can kind of paint away and get some practice on these.
And you've already set this one up
So you're going to put your photo behind the glass. And you're going to tape it down. And then I brought you, you're going to want to clean that glass off and prep it for painting with some rubbing alcohol.
Oh, really?
Okay, and you want to keep in mind throughout the entire process that you are you're back painting.
Okay, what does that mean?
So you're painting on glass, so you're building from the front to the back. So when you flip it over,
the part you're going to see is the paint.
So you want to get that details first. Yeah. So you want to kind of paint. It's only 4 simple steps, but you want to do them in the proper order.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to mask things up. So you want to tape your glass down over your photo so that it doesn't shift on you. And I'm just using a photo off of a printer, so it doesn't have to be anything.
Fancy.
But you want to have some good detail because you're going to be following along off of this photo as your template. And then your 2 colors, you're going to pick, white is one of your colors. And then you're going to want to choose one other color. Black and white is nice, red, blue, any of them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to mix 2 values in between those colors. So you're going to work with the black, you're going to work with the white, and then you're going to work with a darker value, darker shade of those 2 colors, and then a lighter shade.
I was going to say, and you do that by mixing those colors.
Yes, you're going to mix them. But those are the 4 colors that you're going to work with to create this look. Okay? The first step is going to be the outlining, or the details. Then you're going to do the outline. You're going to use the detail. So you're going to want to get into your white with a really small little detail brush. Yep. And then you're going to go, you're going to get the whites of the eyes. You want to get the highlights of the hair. You're going to want to get your teeth.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always wanted my teeth to be white.
Because then you're going to build off of this and keep, layering those colors on. So that's going to be your first step.
Okay.
Then your second step is going to be, you're going to go into your color that you've chosen that hasn't been mixed.
Now, when you're changing colors like this, are you changing brushes too, or do you?
No, this is the first 2 steps involve this liner.
Okay.
The liner brush.
Doing all the details.
For the most part, yeah. Kind of getting so you want to get all of the whites, the highlight, that little twinkle in the eye. That's important.
Okay.
Get that little, and then get the teeth. And then any other, and you're working with a black and white photo, so you can see those really, like the highlights in your hair, any other details maybe in your clothes that are really light, you're going to want to highlight those.
Okay.
Okay?
And this is just using white paint?
Just white, yep. Simple white paint, small detail brush. Then you're going to move on to this black.
Okay. Wait a minute, I'm still making my teeth.
I know. We don't have much time here, so I just want to...
Sorry, I'm getting involved.
I'm going to leave this for you, though, so you can finish it.
Okay, so the black,
now you're going to work with the black. Now you're going to want to get all of these. You're going to want to outline all of the features.
Are going to take
so get your eyelashes, get your eyebrows, and then you want to kind of outline all of the features. So the lips, kind of the hairline.
Okay.
And you can see on the that sample board that I have over there by Lou, you can see those are the 4 steps.
Okay, so here's the first step that Jackie's doing right now. This is just the white.
She did the white.
She's shading here.
So you get all the whites of the eyes, the teeth, any highlights.
Okay.
Hey,
then over here.
Second step is that solid color. You're taking your color that you've chosen, and you're going to do all of the outlining to capture all of the features, okay?
So that's jumping out a little bit at you.
Then you're going to go that third step, and the other brush you're going to need is a round brush. So because you're going to kind of daub to catch the kind of shading.
So that's why you were saying details first.
Yes, details first, and you want to let these steps dry in between.
And so what we're seeing here, Michelle, is what it would look like to you. Now, it looks like a mess right here, but
yes, this is what it looks like to you as you're working on it.
As you're working on it.
So the next step, the third step is taking that darker shade of your color and then kind of going in, and when you're working off a black and white photo, you'll be able to see where all of the darker shadows and things are on there. So you're just going to daub like it is on there.
Okay.
And then your final step, let all of that dry. Your final
you have
step
to let it dry.
is you're going to take that lighter shade that you've mixed, and you're just going to cover over the entire thing.
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
That's why you need a big old brush.
Yes. So then, well, and you can just keep using this dauber because you'll see some of the details of the brush. So cover that over. Now flip that around.
Okay.
And then when you're done, you'll let it dry. Turn it over, and that's what it's going to look like.
Look at that.
4 simple steps.
That's so
that's what it
cool.
looks like on the front of the glass, which you can't see as you're working on it. But so it does look like a mess. But once it dries, flip it over, and it's like, wow, it looks just like the photo.
And we have some other examples that we can show you of ones that you've done with other images.
Yeah, they are so fun.
How fun is that?
How long is the process, the typical process to do something like this?
I don't know. You can do them in an afternoon. It's just, and you're working with acrylic paints, and you want to work with a nice soft fluid paint because that you want that to be able to move nicely on the glass, not be clumpy, and acrylics dry pretty quickly. So it's really just a matter of.
And these are just
the
regular
dry time.
acrylics you can get at any hobby store or anything
exactly.
like that,
Yep,
right?
artist acrylics. You want to work with artist acrylics that have good pigments.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much what you were gonna say, Lou. Why did you find or how did you?
Yeah, how did you learn how to do this?
Why is this a fun thing for you to do?
Because I did a whole series of projects on all that you can do with paint, creating with paint, all kinds of different projects and things, and this was just one that I played around with and came up with.
And
so
you start,
and it's very simple, a lot of fun, and people have great success with it, which makes it even more exciting. Because when you do sit down, it's hard to screw it up, and if you do make a mistake, you can just take a little razor blade, scrape that paint away, and start over in that area. Because you're working on glass. So until that properly cures for a few days, you still have some flexibility.
Oh, really? Even afterwards?
Yep. So if you feel like, oh, shoot, I messed up the eyelashes there, let it dry, scrape it away carefully, and then kind of pick up where you left off.
I love it. These kind of remind me of like an Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
Painting, but it's a neat look.
But you can do it yourself. You can have
some fun. 2 colors, 4 steps, very simple, inexpensive. It's a lot of fun.
You can do this with your favorite
Makes
pets,
a great gift. You can paint in windows, old windows, and you can paint a whole family.
Yeah, look down on the ground here, folks.
Gifts. So it's
And it's handmade or man-made, or you did it. Oh, look at you!
It's handmade,
man-made, women-made. You did it yourself.
Yeah, I did it a long time ago.
Do it yourself.
So it's
and it just means that much more.
Anybody, and I've taught lots of groups to do it, and everyone.
And
they always flip it over and are really surprised. Wow, it looks like who I did.
What a great gift for somebody too, if you want to play around with it and start getting halfway decent at it. You can a unique gift that nobody's ever going to get rid of.
And the more that you do, the better you get. So if your first one is a little wonky, even my when Maddie was like 5 years old, she did one and it still turned out pretty cool. It was a little messier, but it was still cool.
Excellent. Right. So again, you want to try something a little bit different. It's going to heat indices today, 100 degrees plus. Want to do something indoors? This is a great indoor project.
We'll keep working on it.
You got a good start.
Mowing down a chicken wang here, and we'll see how this turns out a little bit later. These brows and the lashes take a while.
That's going to be
fun.
Back. All right, folks, there you have it. For more information on what Michelle does, boy, you have a lot of fun and a lot of tips. Remake.life is the website to go to. And I love doing these things, Michelle. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're playing with all kinds of different things. It's never a dull moment.
There you go, folks. That's something to do later on today to stay nice and cool, stay indoors, and try painting on glass. How neat is that?